Well, how's it going, Tim?
Hey, Chad. Doing real good. We got hog football this Saturday. That makes everything a little bit better.
That's right. We sure enough do. So it's exciting. I'm excited that we're going to be able to see the Razorback game this weekend. We're going to be able to have some fun and just kind of do our thing. And it's been a long time since we've been able to do that. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited about the whole thing. I just want to say, hey, thank you to everybody that is tuned in right now. I really appreciate that. It's super exciting to have everybody in. We've made some headways, I guess, as a podcast, and that's really exciting. And we found out that we have been ranked the 5th best podcast in Razorback Nation. So I am
top 5 feels good. If you're just joining us for the first time, we've had some I don't know if we want to get into it, but we've had some things kind of put us behind, and we bounced back, and we couldn't have been ranked that high without all the listeners that's continued to support us from day one in 2018 to now 2021. Here we are, the 4th football season. We're still doing this. I want to thank you and Chad. Honestly too, I want to say the video stream worked out really good last week. We're doing it again. We're going to keep doing it. We had really good numbers on folks watching it. I'm excited to see how we kind of grow the video. And
I was excited about that. I didn't realize as many folks were going to watch it as did, and so that was really exciting to see that and see the support and everybody out there. But you guys always amaze me. All the fans out there just always amaze me. The way you guys hang in and you're always there for us. So I really appreciate it. And I was noticing, I was looking, and it was like, I was looking at some of the stats where it was talking about like the reasonings, and stuff, and I guess why we were selected and stuff like that. And it was talking about our our Twitter page and having 400 and whatnot, followers or whatever it is. I was like, man, we got 400 and something on Facebook now too. They didn't even talk about that. And now we're out on Reddit. We don't have hardly anybody on Reddit. So if you are on Reddit and you want to follow us, we got our own subreddit. So go check that out and join up on that. Yeah, that's always a fun thing to do too. So. But goodness, what we got? We got some crazy stuff going on this year, huh? With the Rice game and man, I'll tell you, you shared that piece of information with me that said that they rank KJ at the bottom of the list of the SEC, and oh my goodness, like what is that? That is offensive, right? I mean, we got Cowboys who are out there for South Carolina, but they're going to rank KJ at the bottom of the list. Like, what is that about?
I have got to pull that up again. Yeah, I mean, the apps to be 14. Look, I get it that maybe he's not number one, but my goodness, like, and then it's not as if the SEC is returning a whole bunch of senior and junior quarterbacks that's had highly successful seasons. But yeah, let's go down. 14, KJ Jefferson. This is from 247 Sports. Mm-hmm. You got 13, Ken Sills from Vanderbilt. Okay? Ken Sills from Vanderbilt. I mean, what did he do to get ahead of KJ? Luke Doty from South Carolina. I'm not sure if he's the guy. And they've got a grad assistant playing this. Will Rogers, Mississippi State, whatever. Joe Milton, Tennessee. Who? Will Levis, Kentucky. Who? Connor Bazelak, Missouri. Bo Nix. Bo Nix, come on. And number 7, Haynes King, Texas A&M. Hadn't even seen him yet. Emory Jones, Florida. all he did last year with Mullen was run. Max and LSU, seen him. Matt Corral, last we saw against the Hogs, he was throwing 6 interceptions, and JT Daniels for Georgia. Mm-hmm. So, look, it's not a heavily packed SEC quarterback, not room, you know what I mean, but just the group in general, we're going to be 14, and and I'm not trying to be just a homer here. I just really think KJ's better than that. I'm not saying KJ's going to win the Heisman this year, but it seems to me I don't know. I think he's going to be a really quality starting SEC quarterback. And that was surprising to see that.
I think the rank KJ at the bottom of the barrel is, it's infuriating. Honestly, if you ask me, it's a slap in the face. It's disrespectful. I mean, like I said, I don't think he's the best QB out there right now. But hopefully he's going to prove me wrong, and he is going to be, one of the better QBs out there. But time will tell. Only time will tell. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I definitely don't think. My thing was like Matt Corral at number 2. I was like, hey, well, what did he do last year? Get him. I don't know. Maybe his year was much better than I thought it was personally. But I didn't think that he was putting up number 2 in the SEC numbers. Or maybe the quarterbacks are just like, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that have been doing a lot yet, right? So they're just trying to like kind of spread the love around a little bit. Does that make sense?
I get where they're coming from, but I think you gotta see, just watch what he did against Missouri last year. And know that, okay, they've got the confidence in him throughout. That they knew, like, he was a guy in waiting. Like, he was a guy after Felipe. There's never been any doubt in that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And just to be behind like the Vanderbilt quarterback, you know what I mean, the South Carolina quarterback, Kentucky quarterback, just disrespectful. And I hope he does become. I'd love for him to become the best quarterback in the SEC. And he's got the potential. He's got the style, the frame, the skills, and we'll see if he can do it. But yeah, just 14 is ridiculous, and it makes me even more excited to see what he really comes out and does this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree, and I think that we're going to see him have an excellent year. And all we can do is just kind of wait it out and see what happens. But what have we heard, right? And that's what we have to go on. What have we heard? Like, we know that he did really well in the spring game. We know he did really well in the scrimmage. We know he was very accurate in those games. We know that Browse said, like, hey, he was accurate. He did a good job in those games. But during practice, during the spring, he was not as accurate as I wanted him to be. And so that gives you accuracy worries. And you can't go out and practice like crap on a Thursday and play, well on a Saturday. It's just not how it works. So you really need that consistency. But we also know that Browse said he has started showing that consistency during the practices this fall. So the two-a-days and everything. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It sounds to me like he's kind of coming into his own, and he's kind of like clicking. That's what that sounds like. He practiced a lot with the strength coach over the summer, and that was one of the big things they worked on was accuracy, which I was surprised to hear because you don't normally hear about strength coaches working with quarterbacks on their accuracy during the off season, but it's kind of a novel idea, and hopefully that helped out.
Yeah, I am excited about the fact that he was named one of the captains for the team, so his teammates believe in him, and then all this falls like KJ's the guy. The coaching staff does call him a gamer, and that kind of leads me to what you were saying. In practice, he's just not the best practice player. I mean, they say he's a gamer. We haven't really seen too many games, so hopefully that does come to fruition. Maybe a Matt Jones type. But I think I heard recently a quote from Pittman. Kind of, you were saying this too, that here recently the accuracy's gotten better. And Pittman said something about at night when he's watching the tapes, he's been impressed with actually more than he would have thought. He's been impressed with KJ and Malik Hornsby, the backup's accuracy. So that's encouraging that he's gotten better. And I mean, we're a couple days from finding out. Rice is, they're not a 1AA team. They're not going to be Texas next week or A&M or any SEC. But we're going to find out if that offense sputters or does it come alive and he really does lead that offense down the field. We'll know early. I mean, I know it's just one game, but I think if he comes out and we put up some good drives and put up some points, we'll really know, like, hey, be encouraged by what KJ is going to offer this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's, that is something that you definitely are able to say, okay, well, let's take a look and see, like, what is his performance during this game and what is he able to do, and that's able to tell us a lot about what we're going to see from him. So, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see, what he's going to do in this game. And as you mentioned, the captains, I mean, that's a huge deal too, because the way they did the captains, which is interesting, it's done differently by different teams. Some teams will do the captains, at the end of the year. Some teams do the captains other times. Some teams have the coaches pick them. Some teams the players pick them. And I like the idea of pre-year captain selection by the team. I really like that, and that's what they've done. The players have selected the captains, and so it's really exciting. And you got the guys that you thought was going to be on there. You got KJ, you got Morgan. The two that you're like, they're probably going to be there, and then everybody else. It's kind of like, who'd they pick, right? So that's kind of exciting, to look at, because they have confidence in those players. That's what
I like. We're hoping the defense, really kind of struggled in the last part of the year. We hope they come together better this year. And I've liked that 3 out of the 4 of the captains. I think the other 2 captains, if I'm not wrong, were Catalan and Boucher. So having those safeties as captains. So you got 3 out of the 4 guys.
Is it 4? I thought it was 5.
So that excites me.
They went 4?
Well,
I thought I heard 5. I could be.
Maybe Burks was named there. I could be wrong.
I don't know. That's just what I thought I heard. I thought maybe it was 2 offense, 2 defense, and a special teams, maybe.
No, you're right. Okay, yeah. Myron Cunningham, the offensive tackle for us, was the other. So you got Morgan, Catalan, Fouché, and then Jefferson and Cunningham on offense. You're right about that.
Oh, excellent. Well, that's cool though. Sorry, I didn't have it right.
Still a majority defense. No, you're good. I didn't either. I totally, when I seen that, totally forgot about Cunningham. But
so
I like having an offensive lineman there. I like having somebody. Hey,
I do.
That's encouraging that we have a monster there on the offensive line to both protect Jefferson and get the running game going.
I mean, I'm excited. I am really excited about our offensive line. I think we're going to be running the ball a lot. I've already predicted that, and I think we're going to see that continue. I think, like I said, you're going to see a lot of RPOs. You're going to see a lot of running by the quarterback, and you're going to see I think, one of the better running back crews we've had in quite some time. So I think you have to run the ball in that situation, and I'm excited to see if Rocket messes around and breaks some records, because with his size, his speed, everything he has physically, he can do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, he just looks like that. And he's going to get the opportunity. He's going to get the opportunity to get some carries, to get a load on him and carry a bunch for this team. And there might be some freshman records that he's able to break. I'd love to see that. Him and Treylon as a 1-2 punch, and some of these backups I'm excited about too. But to me, those guys are the main guys that really excite me and can really make the most of make the most of the offense and the run game. And Pittman said they don't want to throw a slant on 3rd and 1 this year. They want to turn around and hand the ball off on 3rd and 1 and get that every time. Get the 1-yard situation every time. Be comfortable with going for it on 4th down. You know what I mean? You're down 4th and 1. Not want to kick a field goal. Let's punch it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
I think we got a much better shot at that this year. Keeps drives going, puts more points on the board, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can control the clock, I think that's always a good thing. I don't think we're not going to do that with the style we have at offensive coordinator right now. It's just not how it's going to be.
Sure.
But I'd love to see that. I'd love to go out there and control the clock totally. And just run it down and just run the ball. And I mean, that's my style of football. I love it. I also love long pass plays and things like that, and taking advantage of that run game through the passing game. I think that's the ideal way to do it. But we say all this, and then you look at the receiving crew and the depth there, and you're like,
yeah.
I mean, they're young, but you're like, golly, man. Like, am I wrong? Like, this is like, we got some superstars out there. We got some receivers that can make a difference.
Yeah, like you were talking about, the running back. I feel like the running back room's the best we've had in a while. I think the receivers. That receiver room's the best we've had since probably that 2011 season. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be hard to ever beat that, but we're not talking about, since then though, like this is a really good receiver room. Guys that's another reason I'm excited to see. Like, it's not like, when I say who's going to step up, it's not like, man, I'm worried. Somebody's going to step up at receiver. I'm excited to see who's going to make the big play against, starting off with the Rice. Like, we're going to have balls thrown. I think maybe with that offense, there's going to be plenty to go around. And also, another thing I want to add on before, with taking the time, maybe we can get a big lead, and can we switch that offense? We have a lead to run that. To run the clock and control that lead the rest of the game. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The up-tempo Browse is going to do that. That's what he's known for. But once we get a lead, once we really need a drive at the end of the game to win it, versus LSU, can we do that? Can we control it and not let them have the ball or turn a 7-point lead into a 14-point lead?
I mean, you're right. You're right. I think, again, we've said this 1,000 times, and it's the truth. You're really hurting at tidy. When you look at this team, it's our weakest link. You're thinking like, who's going to be Knox or Morse? How good are they going to do? They're going to be excellent this year. They're going to have great years. These are two standout wide receivers. They're going to have a wonderful year. But then you got to think like, who is going to be the breakout, right? Who's going to be the guy that you didn't think was going to be out there? And we're going to have that this year because we have so many good guys, behind us, the starters. I think, I don't know. All I'm saying is the wide receivers, I feel like are pretty loaded. Not as loaded as our running back, obviously position, but definitely loaded enough that you can take advantage of whenever those defenses start cheating and stuff like that, especially if you have good accuracy. Running a post route, over the top of a single safety. If they start creeping down, it'd be nice to see something like that. And I think we may see those things. But then you look at who we got in the slot, and we got some really good receivers in the slot, right? So you're definitely going to see some slants and things like that. It's some bench routes and stuff. It's exciting. So.
Yeah, I mean, too, with that with receivers, you got Morris and Warren as the seniors, and you got obviously Burks as a junior, Knox as a junior, and then you got the two transfers and Crawford and Thompson that are young, and then you got true freshmen and Keytron Jackson and Bryce Stevens that are going to get some playing time too. So you're just loaded.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much playing time Jackson gets, being a freshman coming in. I don't know. Maybe he's better than I'm thinking, but, I would expect maybe we see him at the end of these games where we're playing Rice and stuff like that. And you've run the score up and stuff. Because
I'm just going off what the coach. I mean, Pittman's just mentioned him several times, so it's like, man, he must be pretty damn good as a freshman.
He's number 2 on the depth chart. When we look at the depth chart right now for Rice, the official depth chart that came out today, and we look at that, you can see that they got Devion Warren and Kentron Jackson, right? Like, that's it. Devion Warren's your number 1, Kentron Jackson's your number 2. Then they have Burks and Crawford, the slot. And then you have Morris and Knox, right? So, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's an exciting crew. There's many good guys. And this doesn't even take into account the third string out there, which, I think we might have some breakouts in the third string.
Yeah.
We're just so deep at receiver.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys that's able to help KJ this year. So.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll see Hornsby?
Rice.
Do you think Hornsby's going to get in Rice game?
I would think so in the Rice game. I sure hope so. Hope he's I'm not sure if that means. Does that mean as a? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, does that mean as a kind of a change of pace kind of thing, a change of a different look, or does that mean like, hey, we're up 35-3 in the third, fourth quarter, and let's get KJ ready for Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's my hope. That's my hope for sure, to have Hornsby come in there and do well as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be nice to be up 35 by half, and then he'd be able to just go out there and finish the second half. Be that comfortable. Man.
It is Rice. I mean, it is Rice, for goodness sake. So.
I mean, he is a freshman, and he might have to step in. We might have an injury. And if you have an injury, you got a freshman quarterback out there. we need him. You know what I'm saying?
You want him to get some in-game reps for sure.
Golly.
It's football. You never know.
You never know when somebody's going to tear an ACL or MCL or ACL and MCL, crack a kneecap, concussion.
That just sounds the worst.
Goodness. Well, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited by our offense. I was going to say we should go over the offense in the depth chart, but I think we've already. I mean, we talked about Cunningham. I mean, he's got Jalen St. John behind him, and we talked about Jones, right? I think it was. We got Latham. Brady Latham is going to be starting there. Stromberg and Klein. Clary, Lemur, and then Wagner and Crawford. So, man, just exciting. Listen to these sizes: 350, 6'5", 6'9", 330, 6'5", 300, 6'4", 315, 6'6", 325, 6'4", 311, 6'5", 305, 6'5", 330, 6'6", 325. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's up there. Like, it ain't as big as it was that, Bellama year. When he had like the largest offensive line in the entirety of, what was it? It was the largest line in all of football. NFL too, I think it was.
Yeah, NFL included too.
That's humongous, dude. That is monstrous. We did bad with that. Yeah, we did all right. I mean, I guess it was not as good as we should have.
It got worse after the first couple years when Pittman was his offensive line coach. They were pretty good.
That's true.
Or decent, But after the 4 years after that until this year, like, it's the best O-line we've had in a while too. It just seems like everything I keep saying. Maybe it's just because I'm excited. I say this all the time, but it just feels like the best O-line we've had in a pretty good amount of years,
I mean, definitely the best sized O-line we've had, especially most experienced that we've had in quite some time. and honestly, just the best conditioned to where I look at these guys and say they can play in the SEC, right? Like they are a lineman that can go up against any team out there and hold their own. And there's not a lot. There's not a lot of teams that can do that because we let our line get so small when we were cutting weight and all that stupid stuff, and just got beat up and pushed around like rag dolls. Like, you're not going to see that this year. This year, you're going to see some big old boys in the trenches that's going to be holding their own, and that's what I'm excited about. Opening up holes, pulling, pulling. Yeah, I'm talking 325 pounds, pulling through the freaking one hole. Come on, man. You don't want that.
Yeah, one can say is like, well, they've got experience, but hey, they weren't great the last couple of years. Or have they got better? Or are they just older, the same guys? Like, but like what you're saying, yeah, but they've really put on the weight and also developed under a head coach that's a offensive line guru. So it's not going to be the same line. They're not going to be just a year older. They're going to take that SEC experience and use it. So
I'm excited to see us run a trap play, see Dalton pivot, haul ass back down the damn hill line, and just hamburger somebody that doesn't even know it's coming, that just got let go free. Somebody thinks they're getting
or a little rice now.
Somebody thinks they're getting a quarterback sack. They're fired up. They're in the zone. They got that quarterback in their view, and they are just going after him. Doesn't even see him, man. Just pow! Open that hole. Run that running back through there.
I like it.
Ooh.
I like it. I hope we see it the first play, just bam, one of the rice owls just flat on his back.
That'd be awesome. Well, I guess we need to talk about the injuries a little bit real quick. We've been talking all the good stuff and, firing everybody up, getting excited. So let's just talk about the injuries, because that is not exciting. All right, so we got Burks and Ridgeway and Towers, who were held out of practice on Tuesday. They didn't get any reps at all. You had Kern, Catalan, Slusher, Simmons, Hamilton, Jordan, and they Compton also, and they were in the no contact, the green jerseys, so they didn't get any contact. And then you had Winkle return, and he just missed a few different things within the practices. Nothing major. So when you look at what Pittman said, he said Hudson Henry is going to be absolutely fine. He's just sick. He's got some sort of a situation, so probably not COVID. I think they got like a 90% vaccination rate there. It's probably just a cold or something like that. And then you got Slusher, and he said he feels good about him being ready. And Catalan, he said, is 100%, definitely going to play. Then what was it? He talked about this Aaron Outley at his ACL situation and all that, and just how bummed out he was about that. And then he said Kern is going to be dinged up, but he'll be 100% by Saturday. And I guess it's a 91% vaccination rate. So anyway, that's pretty much what we're looking at, though, when we're looking at what do our injuries look like. We have most everybody that's going to be coming back and looking good. And there's just a couple of guys that they're not sure about, whether they're going to be there or not. So like Henry was dressed out in full gear, but he didn't go through two types of drills, which indicates to me he's still going to be playing. He's just they're just taking it easy and they're just working him back in.
Yeah, it's a shame about Aaron Outley, because I know he's really one of the top tight ends in the nation, but like Pittman said, he's been dealing with that ACL coming back. We could really use that tight end depth. But it's nice to hear kind of some clarifications like, well, what happened? Is he not even... So he's still kind of recovering for that. Hopefully he comes back 100% ready to help the program. So it really sounds to me that Burks and Ridgeway, the only guys that's going to be out. I feel like everybody else is going to play.
Oh, yeah.
To this point, and this is Thursday night. Day and a half till the game. So it really sounds like Burks, Ridgeway definitely. And I had seen something tonight that Burks, I don't know where he said this, said he was going to play, but I don't know. I would I just want him there for Texas, 100%.
Yeah, and you don't know what kind of games. You know how it is with
these
injuries and stuff, and the coaches and everything. You don't know what kind of games they're playing, like who's really hurt and who they've, just given some rest to, because they did really good throughout practice, and told them just take it easy. We're going to tell them you got a cold. Even though they don't, just throw the other team off. It's going to be there, is he not?
It's going to sneeze on me. Get me sick. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about like what kind of we survived injury wise over the fall camp. I really feel pretty good. I mean, it's football, so that's really not bad. And knowing these guys like Burks and Ridgeway is going to be out there definitely next week. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's I like that. Feel like we got a pretty good. We're going into the season healthy and ready to rock and roll. Rice has got it coming, man. I mean,
they do got it coming. I don't know if we can say anything more about so I think we've beat this dead horse into the ground or whatever, and we've pretty much covered everything that I can think of that we need to cover on the Arkansas side of the ball. Even though this is what I like to talk about, I guess we need to move into, talking about the opposing team and all that.
Okay.
I mean, going to play Rice, last time we played them, 1991, War Memorial Stadium. I was there with my grandpa and my dad and everything. And that was 9th grade, so super excited to play this team. Southwest Conference foes at one time. They were a pretty good team. And when you look at our schedule, it's better than you would think on their side.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking at this as like we've only got a 35-29 record against Rice, but in the last 30 games, we're 25-5 or somewhere around there against them. So, okay, no wonder. So we beat them like the last 11 out of 10 times, and then before that, we dropped one. Then we had beat them another 7 times in a row. Dropped a couple there in the early 70s when we were kind of in between our 60s run and our good 70s run. And then before that, we had in the 60s we beat them. I think we lost to them one time in the 60s. So I know that's quite a ways away, a long time ago, but I feel like we kind of need to ramp that margin up a victory against them. But I like playing that opponent. I think that's really cool. I think that was the last in that November 23rd, 91. I think that's the. I guess the last SWC opponent we played before we jumped to the SEC.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. That's really cool. I don't know. I think I saw something earlier. It said there was like 40,000 in attendance for that game. So I don't know. I don't even know why I looked at that. I think because of COVID and just being locked up inside for so long. That's not even something I'd normally remember. But I remember seeing that, talking about.
It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
It would make sense. It's around the 23rd, around Thanksgiving, man. You had it off, had a nice break. Got to, hell yeah, you're going to this game in War Memorial down the road. Shoot, yeah, man. And then you get to see a shutout.
It's so frustrating.
Of course you're going to want to see that.
It's so frustrating. You look at this media guide, man, and you see where it's talking about, like, oh, Hogs went 3-7 last year. No, everybody knows we had at least 4 wins. At least 4 wins. I don't give a damn what anybody says, man. We won that Auburn game, and that was stolen. And, that's just clear, man. Isn't it? Like, isn't that a consensus? Why didn't the SEC change that or something?
Yeah, that makes no sense. We definitely won that.
I know I'm a homer, man, But, like, even the national media was saying, like, they won this game for weeks out after it.
Yeah, that was well known nationally. The only people that didn't want to admit it was the SEC, who screwed the pooch on that one.
So you got to at least say 4-6. I mean, heck, we even got a bowl game. They had to put that into consideration before they gave us a bowl game. Oh, well, they really did beat Auburn, so we'll go ahead and give them that bowl game since we shit on them. I'm sorry, pardon my language.
I just feel bad once Pittman really starts winning. Like, I hate that that's those extra loss or so is on there, and we got taken a couple wins away. We would have beat TCU. We were gonna felt really good about that TCU game.
That's another one that's gone. That you think about that, man, and that puts you at a really nice year, 5-6 with an all SEC schedule. Think about that.
All SEC, yep.
5-6 with an all SEC schedule, and you got almost everybody coming back.
Yeah. And you get some games like Rice and Georgia Southern and UAPB and Texas to those cupcakes like those 4 teams,
That definitely helps you hone your offense. I think that we're going to see a really excellent, coach go out there and do some amazing stuff this year. I'm really excited about what Pittman's going to do. And I'll be honest. Everything he's done, every step he's made has almost been the right one all the way across the board. I don't see, there's hadn't been hardly any incidences where I could say, like, this is stupid. Why are they doing this? And I feel like that's all I said with the previous coach. It was just like, but everything they're doing is it's like by the book. It's how it's supposed to be done. I kind of hope they do a club dub. Like, I think it would be cool if Pittman did one after a big Rice win. Kind of troll them a little bit.
He's not going to do it. But
come on, man. Turn that jukebox on. That's a little bit.
Don't do that.
It's kind of making fun of the whole club dub situation. Turn the jukebox. Then you had club dub. Adding that music reference in there. Like, rubbing a little salt in the wound, if you ask me. And I like it. I like Pittman for it. You just gotta be looking for it. You gotta know what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing there.
Hell yeah, he does.
So Rice, let's see here.
Well, we got that. The quarterbacks are double fucking threat situation. So we got to deal with that with their quarterbacks. So, who is it? Wheelie Green.
Wiley.
6'3".
Yeah, Wiley Green and Luke McCaffrey.
6'2" and 200 pounds. Luke McCaffrey and Wiley Green. Golly. Whew.
So, Wiley Green's got a little bit more experience in the program, I guess. McCaffrey.
Why is McCaffrey sound
so
familiar?
He was at Nebraska. I thought he was
family in the NFL?
Yeah, his dad was Ed McCaffrey that played for the Broncos.
Oh, okay.
And his brother is Christian McCaffrey.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, he's going to be pretty good, probably. They probably just gave him the starting job. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised that there's a battle. I think he's definitely a better talent that's going to take over. I think it's just hadn't.
He's only 6'2",
he's a dual threat. Now, I'll say at Nebraska last year, 1 touchdown versus 6 interceptions. That's not great.
Yeah, that's true. And he's only 6'2", which makes it hard to see over your offensive line in college, honestly. Because you're trying to see over 6'5", 6'4". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got a right guard that's 6'1", and he's starting, but everybody else is, everybody else is well over in 6'5", 6'2". The center's 6'2". So, like, right guard and the center, he'll have like a lane down the middle. That's what I would think. I'd kind of be on the lookout for that middle lane that you see there when you look at the heights of the offensive line, and you got the 6'2" center, and you got the 6'1" guard, and then McCaffrey, he's 6'2", so he'll be able to. But like that's his little lane that he'll be looking through.
Okay.
I think that's my guess because
right.
Because he's looking over 6'4" and 6'5" for the rest of the guys. When it's 6'3", it's a little bit easier to peek over the top of those helmets.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And then
I kind of see a little 6-foot guy get some reps, huh? If we were beating them so bad, they just went ahead and threw McMahon. It's a weird name. TJ. Just threw TJ out there.
Okay. I don't know. You're really getting in the weeds, man, when you're bringing up the third quarterback. You always do your research.
If you're losing like 52 to nothing in the first half, you might as well put him out there in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, just these guys. Our two guys aren't going to work. We've got two quarterbacks, but we really don't have one. So.
That'd be terrible. I don't know what they got tied in. Bradley's pretty good.
6'5", 258. Mm-hmm. Jaeger Bull. They've got some tight end names. Jack Bradley, 6'5", 258, and Jaeger Bull, 6'4", 236. I'd have a Jaeger Bull. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink now. Jaeger Bull. I'll tell you that.
That's a hell of a name, man. It sounds like I think that's gonna be my keys to this game. Shut down those two tight ends.
Jaeger Bull.
Let's see if they did anything last year. See? Wow. Jack Bradley, 3 catches, 71 yards, a touchdown. And Jaeger Ball was didn't even record any stats.
Man, I wish I had a beer. I gotta pick some up.
It is nice. It is nice.
Sorry.
Nice when you're really talking into a podcast video now. You've got something to wet the whistle. What, you've got works too. Looks good. Out of a football glass, really getting into the spirit.
Well, it's just more complicated. I mean, I love the glass, and it's nice. It holds, you can see you can put about 24 ounces in there. It holds quite a bit, so it's nice. Have a couple of those, full of like homebrew. It's almost like having a 40 ounce, almost. It doesn't feel like a 40 ounce because it's in this nice football glass. It feels like a 12 ounce, a 12 ounce beer or something.
I'm getting off topic. Well, I'm staying on topic. Diverge a little bit for the rest game. That just reminds me when you're talking about homebrewed, that beer looks. Well, you don't have a beer, but your drink is a little darker. I want to brew a Pittman Porter this year for the fall, kind of when it cools.
I'll brew one too. We'll put it on.
Yeah.
YouTube. We'll brew a beer. And put it on YouTube. It'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Share the recipe for anybody, maybe beforehand, if anybody wants to do it with us.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be. Oh man, how cool would that be?
That'd be cool.
I think a porter's perfect too.
Well, it's September now. It's
Well, you don't have to worry about the people that don't like IPAs and hops. It makes them happy, and people who do enjoy a hoppier beer can usually enjoy a beer with a nice, grain profile to it. So, it kind of fits. It kind of fits both sides, and you can put a few hops in. You can hop it up a little extra if you want to. I don't know. You kind of want to have a bit of a bite, I would think, for a Pittman Porter, right? Wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, he's a big dog, so you got to maybe a little smokiness. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but I know I'm getting off track, but I think people would like to hear that. And again, like always, we'd love to hear feedback on anything, but that'd be cool if we got some homebrewers out there. It's like, wow, this is perfect. Now this is. Call in and leave us a voicemail, some suggestions like, hey, well, I want to add this, or I've brewed a lot of porters. This is a really thing I'm passionate about of making a really good porter.
Oh yeah.
But
I've,
well, that's just
I've won a championship with a porter.
wow.
Yeah. Well, third place, but I mean, to me, I feel like that's winning. I did.
Bronze medal, man.
Yeah. So
You got on the medal stand, or more than I've won with a beer for sure.
well, I did that, and then I got third place again at the Nationals with the with the East Coast.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
IPA, and that was an interesting beer.
You sent me legally, of course,
Oh, yeah.
always through the mail, some samples, and that was I understood why. I understood why that one. That was really good, really good.
So, anyway, I guess they got some defensive guys too. They got some DNs here. That's pretty good. I don't know. I think your biggest threat with them really is your linebackers, honestly.
Yeah, Myron Morrison, Will 6'3", 206, Antonio Montero 6 foot, 222, and they also look like they're running kind of a 3-4-4. So looks like they list at least a couple outside linebackers. Slash rush, then the slash viper. Trayshawn Chamberlain, 5'2", 5'10", 201. That's okay. That's kind of small for a regular. And then Kenneth Orgy. How about that? 6'2", 253.
Yeah, big old kid.
So let's see. Yeah, he's he's huge, but
yeah.
I'm trying to find some.
I think
so. They're really looking.
You look here at their D line. I mean, their defensive end and their tackle is really what I'm looking at that scares me the most. The nose tackle is not is not that worrisome. But like you said, when you start looking at Myron Morrison, I mean that kid looks really good at will. I mean he's somebody that's going to cause a little bit of trouble there. But when you look at their corners, you're looking at guys that are 5'8", 6'1", guys that we should be able to take advantage of. And, I know I've said this before, and it didn't turn out that way, but because of their height differential, should be able to take advantage of that. Throw some balls up to some of the receivers out there.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully Burks plays at his. He plays 6'3", but he can play taller than that with his athleticism. Trey Knox should have a pretty good day at 6'5".
You got a 5'8" guy covering you, and you know what I'm saying? Come on, you should be able to just toss the balls up, let you jump up there and grab them, almost like basketball rebounds.
Oh yeah. So they look like they're missing their two leading tacklers from last year, Blaze Aldridge and Kirk Lockhart. But they do have Garcia coming back, 28 tackles, 3 quarterback carries, not much. Then Chamberlain, second leading, coming back, 27 tackles, half a sack, 1 interception, tackle for loss. Montero, and then really not a whole lot of Orgy down there with tackles, a sack. Couple of carries, but really not a whole lot in interceptions. And McCord, who's still playing this year, got 1. So not a lot returning there.
I mean, we should be able to do whatever we want against this defense. It seems like when you look at it and break it down, and you look at what they have out there. They have some good players, but you should be able to take advantage of those players because they don't have enough, and they don't have enough depth. And you should be able to just wear them down and take advantage of the players that are out there and make them over pursue and things like that, and then make some plays happen.
Yeah, I like our chance. Just looking at it, what I've kind of seen, and knowing Rice, This defense, they only gave up, let's see. Last year they were...
I feel like
They
their
got
offense
like 18
is
points
better.
a game.
Yeah. I feel like their offense is better, but... Well, didn't they have
they don't have a whole lot of returning.
Didn't they have the best, time of possession last year or something like that?
Yeah, they really like to keep the ball. I don't know, they're really bragging about. I don't know if we called it that or they called it back, but they really excited about bully ball. So they want to be really. Or the coach. Here's a quote from him this week: "We live and breathe in literal brutality around here." So
he's abusing his players. Is that what he's?
That's.
It ought to be
that's
fun.
literally,
It's a game.
Literal brutality. Literal brutality.
Why are you abusing your players? Rice, though. What kind of program is Rice?
Yeah, not great.
I'm excited.
They had some really bad years for a while. They've had some.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, right now I feel like
a Vanderbilt type team. They're like a Vanderbilt type team. They play a lot of teams that are bigger teams, and they get beat a lot.
I can't believe in 2013 and 2008 they won 10 games. Okay, so really, man.
Think about it. Kentucky won a championship one time. Think about that. They had Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
They had Bear Bryant as their head coach. They gave him a wristwatch for winning a national championship.
That's wild.
Yeah, you think you'd get him more than that? A car or something?
No, nothing. Damn wristwatch. They're weird over there, man.
Their special teams looks okay. Nothing to write home about.
Not special, just okay.
Just okay. Halfway decent job, probably.
Way decent.
Yeah. Well, you got Charlie Menders as their punter. So they got Bailey and Fresh out there as their kickoff returners. So.
Okay. So Charlie Mendez, 42.8 last year, 59 of a long, 550 plus yarders, 9 inside the 20.
Mm-hmm.
So no, he's not bad. Who was their kicker? Colin. Okay, so they got him. Riccatelli. See, last year he was 9 out of 12, long of 45. So he had 5 out of 7, 40 to 49 yards. So yeah, you're right about that. At least in the kicking game. Not sure how the return game is. Place kicker and punter's not that bad.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's interesting that they have, guys returning the ball who, I don't know. You would think you would see some of the running backs and stuff out there. But it's interesting they're going to have, somebody else come out there that's not, in that situation. So.
Apologize, Chad, for keep leaving the screen. Damn allergies. Pollen's pretty bad right now, so I keep damn wiping my nose.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
It's weird,
what
man.
It is.
Shouldn't even say that. I should have said, I'm getting another beer. Which could have been it, too. That happens, too.
Yeah. It's probably Coke you're doing.
No.
Coca-Cola that you've been drinking makes you. What the hell were you thinking of?
No, that's what I was talking about. I've tried to cut back on the soda, so that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking I was thinking?
What? What? Do we need to make predictions?
Not at Rice. Yeah, we do. Wow, it's time. It's time to make predictions.
Woo! Man, you've made it all the way to the prediction portion of this podcast. You are a true fan. You've been hanging out there in doing this for quite some time. You probably got it going on at your tailgate right now because we hear it often at tailgates when we go by. And I think that's awesome. I like that we are the podcast that's played at tailgates. I like that we wait till the last minute on Thursdays. We get as much information as we can about every single practice we can. We give it to you guys, and then, you got 2 days to listen to it. I don't know. Maybe with the video thing, we're not the tailgate guys anymore, though. Maybe we should stop the YouTube stuff.
Well, we're also a podcast, though, right? I mean, you can still listen to us.
You can re-listen to it.
I think with the video, what I like, though, I think it helps us do until Thursday. You know what I mean? I think because you can. I feel like you could watch it. If you wanted to watch it live, it's kind of like a Thursday night show. Like, man, I'm really ready for the Razorbacks. Here, I'm going to watch this on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You know what I mean? Or even Friday night, and it's really not too. That's why we like kind of doing it. It's still going to get you fired up.
It is. I mean, I'm fired up. So, well, you know how it is, man. You always got to get out there and kind of stir the pot, poke the bear.
Are we going to pluck the feathers from the owl?
Well, look, man, just after looking at everything, Rice has a good program for Rice. They have a better team this year than maybe they've had in the past couple years. Their head coach seems to be abusing them. They're probably not going to care for that. He was a Florida State guy too, right? So that's not surprising.
Yep.
So, I guess, what we're going to see here is a team that's, not 100% bought in to the head coach because they don't like how he's been treating them and abusing them. Things like that. You're going to have a team that comes out here and just does their absolute best, but just ain't good enough. So Arkansas beats them. And that's not, if there's any Rice guys watching the podcast or listening to it right now, I don't want them feeling like we're being down on you. Like, I think you might do really good the rest of your year with the opponents I see on your schedule. I'm really excited about what your program is going to get out there and do. But I think that we could literally, with the defense we have coming back, I think we could probably shut them out. And I could see this being a situation where we don't perform as well as we think we're going to offensively, trying to get the jitters out and things like that. You wind up looking at 21-3 game, something like that. 21-3 Arkansas.
21-3. I like it. I'm gonna go.
But I hope we beat them by 50.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, and this is probably should take more into account their time possession or whatever, trying to milk the clock. But hopefully, we get them off the field. I'm gonna go 45-13.
That's a lot. 13 points?
Yeah. I really kind of want to take the touchdown away and give them just 6. I believe in their kicker. Sounds pretty good, this Riccatelli. So, but I'll go 6. I'll go 45-6.
Two
Razorbacks.
2 field goals. One in the first half, one second.
Yep.
But I mean, you were peer pressured, so 13 is probably more accurate.
I don't know. Like, kind of looking at it, I mean, just it's one running back that they got. They didn't even have a rushing touchdown all last year. They can't figure out who their quarterback is. They got their starting running back, plays all over the offense, and not in like a wow, he's amazing. Let's be really creative. Just I don't know. So.
No, you're right. They're running two quarterbacks. I don't feel like they should be running 2 quarterbacks. I think they got 2 good quarterbacks. They should decide who they're going to play them, and they're not doing that. And we've seen firsthand exactly how bad that can hurt you when you get out there and do some silly stuff like that. And it's exactly what they're doing. The coaches have already admitted it, already said, like, we're coming out with a 2-quarterback package, so on and so forth. And maybe they're right. Maybe these are like really good coaches, and they know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't keep up with Rice. I don't know how their coaches are, right? I don't keep up with Florida State, things like that. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they do.
I've talked myself. I thought maybe, I can talk myself into maybe Rice. Sounds really aggressive, physical team, and just kind of looking at everything, I was like, wow, I just don't believe in them. I'm sorry. I just feel looking at us, getting me fired up about our team. I just feel like we're really gonna set the tone of the year. We didn't get the opportunity to, Pittman really didn't get the opportunity to blow somebody out last year. That we were really just better than. You know what I mean? We were trying to establish ourselves in the SEC, and I thought winning the 4 SEC games we did was pretty good. But this is going to be nice to set the tone of this first of the season and really get those starters to get a huge lead. Let the backups kind of take over in the second half and get ready for Texas. Just really get that excitement in the second half, just ready for the Longhorns next week.
Man, think about that. We're going to be playing Texas next week. I'm excited to punch them right in the mouth. I think it's time for that. Golly, woo pig. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm excited about this Rice game. I'm excited about the Texas game. It's been, I don't know. It's been excellent.
Yeah, this is happening. It's football season. I'm kind of glad we're open with somebody like Rice. I don't know, like somebody like Georgia's opening with Clemson. That's just
Clemson.
Man, what a first game you're just gonna get into.
Man, that's crazy.
Well, and also don't let me forget, Chad.
We got to do our picks.
Yeah, we
got to look at the picks we had last time. So don't run off. You guys are like, oh, they're pausing and running out of steam. No, we got stuff. We got the Hog Call stuff. Now we got the stuff that the real fans are hanging around to listen to. We got the draft that we hadn't talked about yet, where I picked up some good Arkansas players. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun league. I still don't understand. I feel bad for the people that kind of got left out now that it's football season, or probably like...
It just came up. I think the draft for college ball just comes up so fast. I think next year, like this year, if you want to play in the podcast fantasy football league next year, you need to start thinking about that now, because it comes up so fast. We only have time to do like a couple episodes, and then boom, it's going. And you got guys they're trying to join. They're emailing and stuff, and they're trying. It's like, well, we drafted last week. We drafted on Saturday or whatever.
We've got to. I mean, there's big conference games that start tonight.
We got a full league, so you gotta draft, you gotta play. I mean, it's not as big as it was our first year, but it's a nice size league. I think. What we had.
I think it.
14 the first year, I think.
I think we had 16. Yeah, maybe.
16.
Also,
16.
I think also having a break last year, the 2020 season really kind of hurt, having that momentum from that first year to the second year, or you know what I mean. So we'll get it, but I'm glad we have a league, and it's gonna be fun. Like having a little bit smaller. So like these teams are loaded. It's not spread out. These teams are loaded.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be exciting. Bragging rights, and of course a shirt or a coffee mug or whatever the winner wants. I plan on winning, so it might be whatever the runner-up wants.
I tell you what, that's fine with me. Whatever the winner can have one piece of merchandise off of the Hog Call store of their choice. I'm okay with that, because there's nothing that's super exploit. What do you got? The hoodie that's like 35 or something.
Yeah, well, that too, man. That's a.
I might get that flag and put it as the backdrop. And I'll take. Look, man, check it out. If you ain't got the Hog Call shirt, man, this thing's mean, dude. You need to get it.
1909 undefeated national team.
It ain't like you're walking around in some like funky, weird shirt, man. It's nice, man.
Oh yeah.
I have Arkansas.
That's cool, man.
I have Arkansas fans and stuff. They'll see me around, down here in Florida, around town, and stuff, and be like, "Wow, that is awesome! I didn't even know we won a championship in 1909." It's like, yeah, man, the only team to play a full college schedule, and we're the only team to go undefeated that year with a full. There was 2 more teams that went undefeated, but they had high school teams in their schedule. We didn't have any high school teams. We had all college teams. So, makes us the champions.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe we need to do another 1909 podcast. Do you remember we did that 1909 podcast like way back when we first made these shirts? Maybe we should do another one.
Well, yeah, we should. That was crazy. We did that. Yeah.
I should probably just do like a short one. Just like a short one, and I don't know. All right, what we got? What we got going?
All right, so last week we both went 4-2. Had the same picks. We both Illinois ended up beating Nebraska, and then we lost.
Could you believe that?
Beat Alcorn. I couldn't believe he couldn't blow it, man. I just believed you. I was like, well, yeah.
He was trying to.
Had to lead to halftime. Yeah. He was getting there. It's like, man, he is going to blow it.
Some of those plays, too, were just, in the first half, especially, were ridiculous.
Yeah. So both 4-2, tied after week 0. All right, starting tomorrow, we got a couple games. Start with North Carolina at Virginia Tech.
North Carolina.
Okay, I'll go North Carolina as well. Michigan State at Northwestern.
Michigan State, probably. I don't know, man. Northwestern's been doing pretty good lately, though. I'm still going to stick with Michigan State.
Okay. I'll go Northwestern, too.
That's a good pick.
Penn State at Wisconsin. Yeah, that should be a pretty good Big Ten game.
Penn State at Wisconsin? I'm definitely going Wisconsin. I'm never going to pick a team where there was, the things that went on with that.
Yeah, I'm going Wisconsin, too. Stanford at Kansas State.
Stanford at Kansas State. Stanford.
Okay. I think I'm going to go K-State there. I don't know who their coach is. It's not Bill Snyder finally left.
Yeah, Snyder retired. And you know what they did last time Snyder retired? They did horrible. They did really, really, really bad, and they begged him to come back, and he came back and won some more for them. So, he's the only coach with the recipe. So, you go ahead and pick them over Ivy.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Over Ivy. The teams that started football.
How about Alabama versus Miami?
Alabama versus Miami. I'm going to go with Miami on this one. Yeah, I think...
Wow. I like it.
Yeah, it's a reach pick. I know that. It's a reach pick. But, man, Miami's just been so fired up and excited this year. Our picks are always just, very similar. So, I'm going with Miami on this one. Because I think that's one of the teams that has a chance to beat Alabama. And I think Miami's going to come back. I think they're going to make a comeback. I think you're going to have a situation where you see Miami make a comeback and Arkansas start making comeback. So,
yeah, I'd like to see them in the.
I'd like to see Miami being one of the better teams Like, at least better than Florida or Florida State.
Yeah, I like to see them king of the state of Florida.
Me
I'm
too.
going to go Bama here. I am rooting for Miami in this game. I'm going to go Bama. I've got my starting quarterback on Tim's team.
Pick, man. That's the better pick.
No, it's good. It's good. I like the Miami pick. I'm hoping. I've got Miami's starting quarterback as my starting quarterback in fantasy, Derek King, so I'm excited to see what he can do.
It's going to make that game so much more exciting for me to watch, knowing that, like, I had picked Miami till, like, it's 53-0 or something.
I don't think it'll be that bad, but Bama is, I don't know. Just keep reloading. I'm tired of them, but they're still here.
They're still Bama.
Yeah, they are. How about Indiana at Iowa?
Man, Indiana. I think Iowa is going to take that. Cyclones? Yeah, I'll take Iowa.
I'll go Indiana here. Marshall at Navy.
And Marshall, yeah, I hate to pick them, being a rival of Ohio, but I'm going to pick them.
I'll go Marshall as well. West Virginia at Maryland.
Man, West Virginia. West Virginia, yeah.
I'm going to go West Virginia as well. Louisiana Lafayette at Texas.
Texas.
I'll go Texas too. That's not a bad match.
Louisiana Lafayette can mess around and beat you. Like if you're bad, but I mean they shouldn't. Texas, it shouldn't be a hard game for Texas. Like Arkansas should be a tough game for Texas, not Louisiana. So I got to give them that respect.
Yeah. Louisiana's, I mean, they're ranked 23rd, Texas 21, but I think Texas will.
I mean, you got what? You got Skip Holtz down there?
Napier at Lafayette. Billy Napier. Skip is at Louisiana Tech, I believe.
Oh, Louisiana Tech. Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. They're probably a lot better.
Yeah. Let's go. How about Georgia and Clemson? Versus.
Georgia versus Clemson? Georgia.
Yeah. I'm going to go Georgia, too.
That's a tough game, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a game. Top 5 matchup. That's going to be a good one.
They still got...
who's that?
Oh, no, I was just thinking to myself, sorry. I was thinking about that quarterback over at Clemson.
DJ? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has gone to the NFL, and he's going to get the gig this year. LSU at UCLA.
LSU?
I'll go...
LSU, yeah. They're definitely going to beat UCLA. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going LSU, too. Notre Dame at Florida State.
Florida State.
Okay, I'll go Notre Dame in this one. Final one we have Louisville at Ole Miss.
My goodness. Well, you will hope Ole Miss is going to beat all their out-of-conference games, so I'm going to go with Ole Miss. But that's going to be a tough game for them.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good. And I'll go Ole Miss as well. So that's it for picks this week.
Woohoo. Well, that's it, man.
So, what else we got, man?
I mean, hockey, but it's not started yet. So, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I might give me a hockey jersey.
You should, man. Hopefully next week or the next week after that, we'll start wearing one. That'd be really.
That would be cool, man. Anyway, yeah, I don't think we have anything else. I mean, we had hockey, and like I said, it's not started. We got basketball. We ain't got much going on there, do we? Like, we got their schedule, I guess. Do you want to?
I mean, I don't
Are we
see
dragging
really
out the
any
podcast if we look at their schedule?
need. If you want to look at it, I'm not. I mean, nothing really exciting on the schedule, so
No.
doesn't really excite me too much.
When I looked at the schedule, I thought like, wow, this is really seemed really weak. You know, as far as like our schedules normally, the way they normally seem. But
I mean, it's better than last year where we didn't play anybody worth a damn. But you brought it up. You want to talk about it? We'll go to it. Okay.
well, I mean, it's up to you. I just noticed it came out this week. That's all.
You're correct. Well, I didn't see it. Just come up. Right, just looked at it. No, it came out. Well, it's not that easy to find. We'll go over it though. There'll be plenty of time for basketball talk.
Yeah.
In late October, November for sure.
Yep, that's true. Well, might as well stop dragging this thing out, I guess. I do gotta say this though. Woo Pig Suey.
Go Hogs.